There's Sandra off in her little capture. So that was another subscriber sale. Saw the car, well, missed the orange one that was on the channel, and then asked if I think they spotted the black one in the background, perhaps. Can't remember exactly which way it went round with that. So we prepped that for us. So that had, P gave it the full machine polish. We did the oil and filters, tyres all round. Asked Sandra, I've started asking people now if they want to upgrade, because obviously we've just put budgets on for a retail car. Asked Sandra if she wanted to upgrade on the tyres. She did. So we went for a higher branded tyre for her, because she does a lot of motorway driving. And we did front discs and pads. So all really well prepped for her. She's a happy bunny. Lovely people, really nice to deal with, and good to see another nice little car go to a subscriber. So yeah, I'm doing a lot more of that now. I'm not like, so if a car needs tyres, a bit like this one here we've done the cam belt on, if it needs tyres, I will say, look, to be perfectly honest, we put budget on because people won't pay a premium for their car for us to put high-end tyres on. We put budget on. Do you want to upgrade the tyre? And I tell them the difference in price based on a mid-range and then a high range. If a car isn't due a cam belt yet, but it's going to be due one soon, or it is due a cam belt and it's too low a value for us to do it for free, I'll let them know and tell them how much they'd have to contribute, give them a big discount and how much they have to contribute towards that. Just being straight with people, and no one's had a problem with it so far at all. No one's had a problem with it, and it means the cars go out that much better prepared, because people understand there is a limit to how much you can do on a used car under, say, £5,000, under £7,000. There's a limit to what you can reasonably do. If you're straight about that, give them the options. No one's got a problem with it. It's working well. Right, been a busy old Saturday, or Friday and Saturday. We've sold the Igo, the i10, the Alto, the i20, and what else have we agreed to sell? Something else. Oh, Ford Fiesta. I think I'd already told you I sold that one. There's something else we sold as well. So it's been we've run out of small cars again. Small cars under £4,000 we run out of. Anything that's over £4,000 is a bit quieter. Under £4,000, really busy. The phone has been melting with people that have got £2,500, £2,000 to £2,500 to buy a car. First time car, small CC petrols, all of them that are ringing up have got that kind of money. They've been recommended, and I've said, sorry, just cannot do it. Cheapest car I've sold so far is that at £2,750. The Suzuki Alto is the cheapest car. Oh no, I told them I let the i20 go over there at £2,695 because it's a bit tappety. Its retail was £3,300, so they got a big discount because it's a bit tappety. But I said I'll warranty that engine for a year because I'm that confident it won't go wrong. It'll just be tappety. And to be honest, I was a bit of a soft touch because it was a young girl on her own with a kid, and her dad was trying to help her get into a bigger car. Life was a bit easier for her. She was on a limited budget, so I was a bit soft on that one. I think that was probably too big a discount, to be fair, because I still would MOT it. But yeah, I'm telling these people I just can't do cars at that price point. Again, just to reiterate why dealers can't do it. Say, let's take £2,000, VATman 300, Taxman 300, you're down to £1,400. MOT, you've seen the channel, you'll know that if you take a car and get an MOT done, even if you end up doing the work yourself, if you do the work yourself, you'll be 250, 300 quid into it. If you pay somebody else, you'll be 600 quid into it. And I've already lost where we are money-wise. But you can see in that scenario, you would literally have to have been given the car for free to make like £500 out of it. And no one's giving you cars for free because they can put it into We Buy Any Car. They can go on and see what they're selling for on Marketplace. And even if their car's running up to being due MOT or whatever, no one's giving you this car, no one's giving you that car for a few £100. They all want £1,000 or more for them. So there is no market with dealers for cars that price point, especially with the law saying you're liable for up to 6 months on repairs. How can you do that making a few £100 margin out of a car? So unfortunately, that market is dead. And with the greatest respect to anyone offering those cars out at that price point, I can't think they must be doing the level of prep. They're not going to be doing brand new advisory free MOTs. They're not going to be doing oil and filter changes on them. And they can't be giving you even a 3-month warranty. Just financially, it's just not doable at all. You will see the prices. I'm just warning you now. You will see the prices of used cars continue to rise under the 5k price point. You'll be looking to have to spend 4 to 5k to buy a decent car just because of what the cost of parts are now, because we're starting to see the cars come up through that are 10 years old now. So we're talking about 2015, 2014 cars, and we've had this discussion before, where there's so many sensors, and you've got LED headlights, and you've got lane assist and cruise control and all these kind of things, and you've got even some of the petrols are coming out with EGRs, so the petrols have EGRs as well. Now you're coming to a point where the simplest fix costs hundreds and hundreds of pounds, and the MOTs have got tighter on corrosion, and people have also got sort of a bit more demanding about, with the MOT histories being available online, they don't want any advisories at all on the car. So the price of those cars is going to have to come up to meet the expectations. Obviously they could stay where they are if the government turned around and said, hey, do you know what, over 10 years old, over 100,000 miles, a dealer just needs to send you a car that's roadworthy, and we'll give you 30 days to check that out and make sure it is roadworthy. If something like that came out, you'd start to see cars coming out at £2,000, £3,000. You know, if the dealers were allowed to say, no, we're only covering engine and gearbox, as long as the vehicle starts, stops and gets you to work, nothing else is covered, then you start to see cars at that price point again. But unfortunately it's moving further and further in the opposite direction, where our liabilities are getting greater and greater and greater. And it also, like I said, everyone knows what their car's worth now. They can go to multiple different sites to get a value on their vehicle, and when you sell the vehicle, they can go to multiple sites to see what a fair sale price is for the car. So there's just real no opportunities. And it's not like the more expensive cars as well, where a lot of this can be subsidised with finance and extended warranties. So when someone's got £3,000, they aren't buying on finance, and they aren't buying extended warranties at £400 or £500. So there's less opportunity for add-on sales to cover the price of the vehicle. So yeah, I'm just explaining why that market is pretty much dead. If you've got under £3,000, you are going to really struggle to buy a car from a dealer. Locally to me, the only other person doing it is closed down. The person that was closest, the next person closest to me, has gone to £6,000 plus on their cars. And that's why you'll see that they're just, like I said, there is no market for that. And that's why my phone's ringing off the hook, because people are desperately ringing around. They've had recommendations that it might be possible to get a car that kind of price point from me, but it's just becoming impossible for me as well. I mean, if I could find a source of people that were selling cars that for £600 or £700 that were going to retail for £300, then yeah, I could still buy them, do advisory, free MOT, service them, do the bits of paintwork on them, send them out with a warranty. But if a car's got a retail of about £3,000, your average person is going to want £1,500 plus for their car, because they've been on to We Buy Any Car, they've been on to Auto Trader and so forth, and they've checked what the value of the vehicle is. So that's where the market is, and it's a shame, because I do like doing cheapies. I like the way they sell so quickly. I like the fact you're helping a lot of people get into their first time car. This is a great deal of satisfaction with someone all excited about getting a new motor and helping them out, even though they've got a limited budget. I mean, this car here, like I say, the 1.2 is a bit tappy. Any of you've had these will know they can get a bit like that when they get older. But for the money, it's a nice little car, and it's a really nice little car. I mean, like I say, I probably over discounted, only 70,000 miles. And other than that, it's really clean. They've left the keys in the ignition. Other than that, it's super clean. And she was really chuffed that with that budget, she was able to get something this age with this mileage on it. And something with some, and the dad was chuffed he was able to get something with some kind of comeback and guarantees if there was any mechanical issues with it. But it's just, like I say, I was only really able to do that because I got it cheap, because it was a bit tappety. I mean, here is a really good example of a car I've just picked up, that I did pick up in the hundreds of pounds. I think I gave something like £350 or something like it, plus about 50 quid in pickup costs and other fees. So it probably stands me about £400, 2009 Mazda 3 2.2. But I've driven the car and it needs loads. So I can feel that it needs a lot of suspension. I can feel it needs discs and pads. I also can feel that the engine's the idle's a little bit lumpy. I mean, when you're driving it, it drives absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's a big engine, isn't it? 2.2 diesel for a car this size, but when you're idle, it's a little bit lumpy. You can't even start getting into that with 123,000 miles on it. What's the retail value for? Was it 1995 at best, maybe? I don't know. I haven't actually checked the values of it. But I mean, discs and pads. Let's say discs and pads, couple of lower arms, plus the fitting costs, all in filter service, MOT. You're with the purchase price, like say, with the additional cost being about £400. You're pretty much already at the car's value. So realistically, it's probably just worth weighing it in for the sort of £350, £400. And that's, again, just a good example of the only opportunity to get cars in the hundreds that you would be able to sell at 1995 is when they are this battered and beat up. And I think if I remember rightly, it needs a rear bumper as well. Yeah, it's got a cracked up rear bumper as well. I say, if I could just get it roadworthy and just say, you know, from that point where it's got a new fresh MOT on it, and from this point forwards on, the maintenance is yours, then perhaps it's something you still could do. But there's no differentiator in law, remember, between buying this and buying a 50 grand car. It's all going to come down to a judge's opinion in court if you get that far. There's no definition in law that says when a vehicle gets this age and this kind of mileage, your only expectation should be that it's roadworthy and it's safe. So yeah, there you go. If you are out there looking for a kid's first car and you're struggling with what I would consider a fairly decent budget, like 3 grand for a little used first car, if you don't want to spend much more than that, do you? Because they can prang it. That's why you're going to be finding it really hard to find cars with dealers, and you are really going to be limited to the private marketplace. And the reason I'm flat out busy selling these things is because, like I said, I'm one of the only people locally that's able to do cars at this price point. And that's probably because some of my income's subsidised by the lovely YouTube channel and the people that view it, isn't it? But yeah, it's always nice to be busy. It's just a shame. I'd like to be able to replace all this stock tomorrow, but it's going to be nigh on impossible. I already know that.